Welcome back, hockey fans, friends and families of the Quad City Blues hockey. We are at the River's Edge in beautiful downtown Davenport with an exciting Saturday evening game. It'll be your Quad City Blues versus the Dubuque Saints. The JV is in a tight race for a playoff spot. With 4 games to go, they are currently in 6th position, 1 point ahead of the Waterloo Warriors, who are playing Cedar Rapids this evening. So we'll keep you up on that. JV has Dubuque today, Cedar Rapids tomorrow, and then it could come down to next weekend where we'll play 2 against the Warriors here at the River's Edge. Tomorrow is our benefit game. So if you can make it down here, each year we play a benefit game to raise funds for a local charity. We have gift baskets, raffles, bake sales. It's a good time. Come on down and enjoy the fun and enjoy some good hockey. So both teams are getting ready to collect pucks. Waterloo, who's 1 point behind us in the standings, was supposed to play the Capitals yesterday, but I can't tell. It looks like they may have been postponed due to weather because there's no results for JV or the varsity. So the teams are headed to the bench, get their final instructions. So it looks like we'll have Cody Harkey in net for the Blues. And as soon as I get a number, Dubuque is wearing their black jerseys, which sometimes makes it hard to read the numbers over there. I think that's number 35, Trevor Bren, in goal for the Saints. Trevor is listed at 5'8", 135 pounds. He's in 10th grade and goes to Western Dubuque High School. So he'll be backstopping the Saints this evening for the JV game. So both teams have sent their starting lineups out. The Blues have Blanc, Smith on the left, Mendoza on the right, with Waterman and Sachesky back as the D pair. There's a whistle, drop of the puck. The Blues win it back. Sachesky skates it across the red line, dumps it in. Smith and Blanc in on it. It's behind the net. It's tied up. Smith and Blanc. Smith comes out, tries a shot from behind the net off the goalie, which is stopped. Waterman sends it back behind the net. Smith in there, knocks it away from the Dubuque player, but Dubuque collects it, comes out, turns it over. Sachesky sends one towards the net. It's picked up by Smith. His cross-ice shot heads to the other boards. Blanc drops it off to Waterman. Waterman along the red line. It's over the stick of Sachesky. And it bounces out. It's sent in. No icing. Waterman picks it up behind the net. Up the ice he comes. Sends it up the ice. It's out of the reach of the Blues players. It's hammered back in. Gunnar Carroll making his return to the ice after an injury. Sends it over to Cutcomp, but it's stripped away from him. 14 for the Saints. Comes in down the left wing. Gunnar gets it away from him. It's tied up along the boards. Sent to the corner. Battled for. Gunnar Carroll and Drissel in the corner. Still nobody has possession. It's finally sent deeper behind the net. Cutcomp goes over there, picks it out of the crowd, tries to get up the boards. It's picked up by Drissel. Drissel up the ice, carries it in, cuts across. His shot is disrupted by a couple Saints sticks. It's in the corner. The Saints come away with it. Cross ice pass a little ahead of a player who was changing. Gunner sends it to Cutcomp. Cutcomp sends it up to Brock Carroll. Brock Carroll carries it down the right wing. Into the corner, behind the net. Alexander can't get to it. It's off Carson's stick up to the point. And there's a penalty, a slash. So the Blues will be going on the penalty kill. Looks like Brock Carroll will be getting 2 for slashing with 12:58 to go in the first period. Score is 0-0. The Blues have to really keep themselves out of the box. That's been their probably their Achilles heels this year, both at JV and varsity, being down a man. There's the drop of the puck. The Saints come away with it, send it to the point. Top of the circles along the half walls, back to the top of the slot. Long shot. Cody deflected it to the corner, but he thought it was in his glove. Battled for in the corner. Deflected off the stick, goes to a Saints player along the blue line. He skates to the top of the circle. His shot is deflected off Smith's skates. A little tricky shot from the bottom of the circle. Smith gets to it and sends the rebound down the ice. The Blues change up their penalty killing unit. 1:22 to go in the penalty to Brock Carroll. Up the left wing come the Saints. A little fancy move, doesn't get around Waterman. Waterman clears it into the Saints end. And Blanc hard in after it, tying it up. Ooh, pass sent dangerously across the crease of the Saints. Up come the Saints across their own blue line. Pass up to the Blues blue line. Driscoll knocks the man off the puck, and it's hammered down the ice. 50 seconds to go on the penalty to Carroll. 1:45 left in the first period. Puck sent up the ice. Bounces off a couple sticks. Smith sends it across the red line. It's picked up by the Saints. It's dumped in. Cutcomp gets to it. Overskates it, but he gets his big foot back in the way. Finally, the Saints come away with it. Up the boards they go to the point. To the top of the crease. To the face-off dot. There's a shot. Cody has a hard time handling that one. But it goes wide of the net, and it's cleared down the ice. 12 seconds to go. Smith peels back. Saints come up the ice, up the right wing, into the Blues end. Tries to move. The puck goes behind the net. Cycled back behind the net by the Saints. All alone in front. And the penalty's over. That was a dangerous opportunity. Nobody picked up the player in front of the net for the Saints. I don't think he realized he had as much time as he did, and he just shot quickly into Harkey. Puck in the neutral zone, picked up by Alexander. Alexander sends it back to Gunner Carroll. Gunner sends it up the ice. Price comes up with it. Hits Karsten. Karsten in the zone at the blue line. Top of the circle. And the call is offside. So with 10:21 to go in the first period, the score is 0-0. The Blues kill off their first penalty of the game. We have Alexander out there with Price to the left, Carson to the right, Szewski and Guile back for D. There's the drop of the puck. The Saints come away with it. D-to-D pass in their own end. Centering pass knocked out of the air but goes the length of the ice. It's taken away by Szewski behind the net. Looking. Hits Price. It deflects off his stick to Carson. Carson sends it back over to Price into the Saints zone. A low shot, gloved up by the Saints goalie. We'll have a face-off to the right of the Saints goalie with 9:59 to go in the first period. So we have Driscoll, Munsterman, and I'm not sure who's on the left wing. Yep, that's Brock Carroll out there. So Driscoll, Munsterman, and Carroll the forwards. Waterman and Gunner Carroll the D. It's off Waterman's stick. Collected by a Saints player, sent down below the goal line in the corner. Carroll on him. Sent up the ice. Recovered by Driscoll. Driscoll sends it over behind Carroll, but Carroll collects it off the boards. Sends it in deeper. The Saints get to it. Munsterman knocks the man off the puck. It's sent up the boards. Waterman's there for it. Right at the hash marks. It's turnover. Top of the circle. Waterman shoots high. Misses the net. And it's tipped out of play. So we'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie again. Waterman with a nice scoring chance there. Just shot it a little high. I don't think it was deflected off anything. So we have Blunk, Smith, and Mendoza as the forward unit, with Cutcomp and Sicheski back on D. 9:18 to go in the first period. Both teams have had a couple scoring chances. There's the drop of the puck. Blunk sends it back. Mendoza can't get his stick on it. Comes to the blue line. Oh, there's a breakaway. Sicheski gets a stick in the way. Cody stands his ground, though, and makes a falling down backward save. The Dubuque player, number 8, can't believe it. I'm sure he wants that back. That'd be Chase Muhlenkamp. He's a freshman, 5'8", 140 pounds. He's out of Dubuque Senior High School. He had a nice chance there, but Cody made a good stop. The Blues get possession, send it up the boards to neutral ice. Saints collect it. Can't connect on a pass. Rink wide pass off the glass to Smith. Smith hits Mendoza. Mendoza carries it in. He tries a backhand pass that's intercepted. Puck comes back to him. He sends it further into the Dubuque end. Puck behind the net. Saints come up with it. Up to the blue line. It's collected by Cutcomp. Cutcomp sends it back in. No icing. Saints first to it. Smith on the forecheck. The Blues are changing behind the play. Centering pass. A little far. Gunner is clearing. Knocked down by a glove. Alexander sends it behind the net and goes after it. The Saints send it up the boards. Gets over Giles' stick, but battled for it at the red line. Finally, Place comes up with it. Sends it up. Just out of the reach of Alexander. D-to-D pass. Beckwith forechecking. Puck sent down the ice. This will be icing. So the Blues will get a face-off to the left of the Saints goalie. .7:48 to go in the first period. Still scoreless tie. Drissel out there with Carroll on the left and Munsterman on the right. Waterman and Sicheski back as the D pair. Drop of the puck. Saints control it. They send it behind their net to the opposite corner. Drissel hard on the forecheck. Sicheski gloves it down. His shot attempt is disrupted with a stick. It pops out. It's a one-on-one. Waterman. Oh, a nice shot between Waterman's legs, but Harkey makes a nice save, sends the puck to the corner. Waterman up the ice with it, makes one move, across the red line in the zone. His shot deflects behind the net. Drissel back there, puck sent around and out. This must have been sent around by a Blues player. Oh, there's a hard hit from behind. No call. Brock turned it over, but managed to knock it off the stick of the Saint player that picked it up. Puck's chipped in the zone. Waterman tangled up with the linesman. Gets the puck across. Gunnar Carroll sends it up. It's collected by the Saints at the red line. Brock gets a stick in the way. Blunk picks it up. He gets around one man. He's in. Backhand. And I think Brock got his stick on the rebound. And the goalie makes two nice saves for the Saints, keeping this a 0-0 game. So face-off coming to the right of the Saints goalie. Blunk, Smith, Mendoza out there with Gunnar Carroll and Cutcomp, your D pair. There's a shot off the side of the net from Smith, right off the face-off. Comes back to Gunnar Carroll. Gunnar takes a look, sends it to Smith. Smith turns, sends one on net. The goalie keeps it in his glove. The Blues had pressure going to the net. It was Mendoza. So the face-off will be to the left of the goalie. The Blues putting some pressure on the Saints goalie. Drop of the puck. Tangled up. Blunt can't control. It's knocked off a stick, though. High slot. The Saints come away with it. Mendoza back checking. Cut comp. Knocks it off the stick. Mendoza kicks it up with his skate. Blunt picks it up. Skates it back. Sends it over to Cut comp, but it's high off the ice. Cut comp slides it out. Over to Mendoza it goes. He's in. Nice shot between the legs of the defenseman. Goalie makes a nice save. Blunt can't control it, and the Saints bring it out. Sent in the corner. Gunner drives the man off. And it's sent around by Mendoza. Smith centers it to Blanc. Blanc at the red line. He's being harassed from behind. Top of the slot, takes a shot. Low, deflected to the corner. There goes Smith, and I think the Saints will have a hooking call. Yep. So all that nice work by Blanc skating in draws a hooking penalty. So the Blues will go on a power play at 5:45 to go of the first, giving them a chance to break this 0-0 tie. So the Blues have sent out Drissel, Brock Carroll, Munsterman, Price, and Gunnar Carroll. Face off to the right of the goalie. We're waiting for the scorekeeper to get the, there it is, 2 minutes up. There's the whistle. Drissel takes the face off. Brock sends it back to Price. Price, oh, he hesitates. He should have shot. Puck sent back to Carroll. Gunner takes a shot. Rebound in there. It's loose. Battle for. Brock Carroll comes away with it. Sends it back up to Price. Price takes a look. Slides it towards the net. Just wide. The Saints can't get it up the ice. Send it around the boards. Gunner gets to it. Taps it back up. Munsterman gloves it down. But he's immediately jumped. Drissel comes away with it. Top of the circle. Shoots. It's off the leg of a Saints player. And finally, the Saints send it down the ice. 1:19 to go in the power play for the Blues. Couple nice chances there. Oh, the puck's turned over dangerously. Blanc had it knocked off his stick. Again, the Saints are forechecking hard on this penalty kill. Waterman comes away with it. Sends it across to Smith. Smith carries it in across the blue line. Takes a shot, but it's off a stick. Saints player gets to it, clears it out. Sachesky picks it up, sends it over to Mendoza. Mendoza fires it up the ice to Waterman. Waterman picks it up, skates the red line, cuts back, sends it back to Mendoza. Mendoza across the red line. I think he meant to send it Blanc, but Blanc wasn't prepared for it. 34 seconds to go. Sachesky picks it up, sends it to Waterman. Waterman backing up with it. Centers it. Mendoza knocks it down across the blue line. Sends it back. Sachesky has it. Top of the slot. Over to Waterman. Shoots high above the, way above the crossbar. Mendoza heading to the bench. Looks like he might be injured. Sachesky takes it at the hash mark. Shoots one. Low. Puck still loose. Finally, the glove of the goalie gets on it. And with 8 seconds left, we'll have a face-off to the left of the Saints goalie. Dubuque was doing a really good chance forechecking on that penalty kill, tying the Blues up and wasting some time in our own end. Out comes Alexander, Karsten, and Price. Gunnar Carroll back there on D with Guile. Price sends it back to Guile. Guile sends it up. It's off Karsten's stick. Alexander knocks it down at the blue line. Follows it in. Both teams full strength. Puck cleared out by the Saints. Battled for along the board. Price can't keep it in. The Saints send it back to their own blue line. D-to-D pass, but they're not looking. Oh, Price had a good chance. It bounced off the player's skate getting off the ice. Carroll gets to it, sends it to the corner. It's battled for. Still in the corner. Sent up. Price gets it. He centers it. Carson gets it. Crosses the blue line. Over the red line. Into the Saints end. Shoots. Nice low one. It's deflected. Nice fat rebound, but nobody can get to it. Guile gets to it. His shot bounces off a body. Goes to the corner. He shoots another one. It goes behind the net. All the way over to Waterman. Waterman picks it up along the boards. Makes a move. Gets around one player. Top of the circle. Sends one low. And scores! So the Blues go up 1-0 on a tricky little play. I don't know if a Saint player ran into their own goalie, but the goalie was down and looking like to his side. Waterman at the top of the left face-off circle just slid one in on the ice. I couldn't see if it deflected off anything. So my cameraman thinks it might have went off a skate, and it goes in 5-hole and gives the Blues a 1-0 lead. So we have Driscoll, Munsterman, and Brock Carroll at the face-off. Nobody's come up with it yet. Saints turn it over to Brock, but Brock turns it over. And the Saints send it out. Cut comp. Can't get it out. It's knocked back in, but it's ruled offside. I don't think the puck cleared the zone, but the linesman calls it offside. That's good enough for me. Right now. So face-off just outside of the blue zone. Right in front of their bench. There's the drop of the puck. Saints send it back. D-to-D pass. Cross the red line. Send it in deep. No icing. Cut comp. Banged in the corner. Puck goes to Driscoll. Driscoll is off his stick to Munsterman. Munsterman over the red line. Comes in. Shoots one. Shoots one from just across the blue line, which is easily gloved down by the Saint goalie. 1:59 to go in the first period. Blues find themselves with a 1-goal lead. So we have Blunk, Mendoza, Smith out there with Sachesky and Gunnar Carroll. Drop of the puck, tied up, comes back to Sachesky. Sachesky walks it down the boards. Sends it to the corner, behind. Smith can't get it to the front of the net. He's pinned up. Two Saints players. Up the boards it comes and out. Across the red line, it's carried by 36. He drops it off to number 7. There's a shot. Whoa. Good thing that was wide. I don't think Cody saw it come until it went past his glove. Smith carries it in, pulls up, sends it to the net. And the goalie scoops it up off the ice with his glove. We had Mendoza going to the net, but I think he was a little past it if it had been a rebound. 1:29 left in the first period. The Blues clinging to a 1-goal lead. Alexander out there. Price to the left. Carson to the right. Guile and Waterman back for D. Drop of the puck. Sent back to Waterman. Waterman sends it far boards. Sent up. Guile can't keep it in. But the Saints turn it over to Waterman, or they would have had a 3-on-2. Waterman can't get it out. He sends it back behind. Around the boards it goes. Alexander gets to it. He tries to send it to Carson, but it's behind him. Waterman whiffs on a pass. It's still in the zone. The Blues are doing everything they can to not get it out. Puck's loose. Finally, Carson picks it up. 57 seconds left in the period. It's sent down the ice. Icing's waved off. It goes on net. Picked up by a Saints defender. Price forces him out behind the net. Centering pass deflected in the zone. Carroll gets to it, but it's knocked further down the ice by a Saints player. The Saints picking up the physical play. Sent cross ice along the red line. It's right at the Blues blue line. Karsten comes away with it. He flips it up the ice, and the Blues are making a change. Here come the Saints across the red line. It's fired in. Cody deflects it to the corner. Gunnar Carroll flips it up the ice. Comes back to him. Gunnar chips it in deep. And that's the end of the first period. The Blues sustaining pressure. The Saints, they've had a few chances themselves. Both teams have had a penalty. The Blues had good pressure but didn't score. The Saints also had good pressure but didn't score. All right, we're ready for the beginning of the second period. The Blues up 1-0. Blanc, Smith, and Mendoza out there with Guile and Spector out there. I think that's first I've seen Spector on the ice. Guile sends it up. Blanc picks it up, sends it in deep to the corner. Mendoza on the forecheck. It's tied up along the hash marks. Blanc, oh, a nice shot that just went over the net. Just no hesitation. Got his stick on the loose puck and sent it flying. The Saints centering pass. Loose puck. And they score. I don't believe they scored on the first one, but then it went behind Cody, hit the post, came out. And I don't know if Cody hit it back out. But the Saints have tied it up. 14:25 of the second period. So now it's 1-1. So the Blues need to pick it up. So we have Place. We have Price out there with Place and Beckwith. With Sacheski and Waterman back. There's the drop of the puck. The Saints come up with it. Down the right wing. Pull up, lose control. It's off the skates of Sacheski. It's tied up in the corner. Still battled for. Sent behind the net. Sacheski gets it, sends it up the boards. Just past Beckwith's stick. It's fired back from the point behind the net. Waterman gets to it, chips it behind one player. It's up the boards. He's run into. Puck still loose. Place is battling for it. It's sent up to the blue line. Bounced off the boards. The Saints come away with it. Up to the blue line. The Saints fire wide of the net. There's a delayed penalty coming up. Not sure who it's on. There's a cross check called, and I think the Blues will be going to the penalty box. So it looks like Waterman will be getting 2 for cross-checking. So after giving up a quick goal at the start of the second period, the Blues put themselves in the box and down a man. So Driscoll out there with Alexander, Gunnar Carroll, and Cutcomp. Puck comes out of the zone. The Saints can't control. They're hemmed up along the boards by Driscoll. 3 Saints on 1 Blues player. The puck's still tied up. Finally, the Saints come away, send it back in their own end. Send it over to the red line. Up the left wing they come. Pull back at the hash marks. Send it to the point. Oh, it's intercepted. And Driscoll sends it down the ice and goes for a change. Alexander in on the forecheck. Chases the man out. The Saints come up. The right wing. Cross the red line. Into the Blues end. 1:17 to go in the penalty. At the faceoff dot, there's a shot high over the net. Blues get to it. Send it up the ice. Blunk out there with Cutcomp and Carroll. Cutcomp sends it to Carroll. Carroll sends it up the ice. But Smith can't get to it. Blanc gets it, sends it over to Smith. He's tripped down. No penalty called. Saints come out of their end with it. Cross the red line. Middle of the ice. Top of the circle. Send it back. Nobody there. Smith chips it out of the zone and then chases after it. Saints back over the red line in the Blues end. Deep to the corner. Pull up. Sent to the hash marks. It's sent back to the corner. Below the net. So sent to the front of the crease and knocked away by a good play by Smith, I think. 14 seconds left in the penalty. Saints carry it in. Right wing down to the corner. Below the goal line. Pull up. Send it up to the hash marks. Top of the circle. Send it over. Top of the left circle. Blocker saved by Cody. Puck behind the net. Sent up to the point, but not out. Penalty over. Both teams full strength. Carroll flattens the man behind the net. Carson gets a stick in the way. Finally gets it out. He's out there with Smith. It's a 2-on-1. Oh, nice defensive stick by the Saints player to block up that 2-on-1. Sent up the right wing. And the puck sent down the ice. That'll be icing. So 11:01 to go in the second period. The game is now tied 1-1. The Blues managed to kill off a penalty. So we have Alexander, Price, and Karsten out there with Spector and Guile, the D. The puck sent up into the Dubuque bench. So the faceoff will come back to the right of Harkey. Alexander in for the faceoff. Drop of the puck. Guile comes away with it, but loses control right in front. Cody makes a nice save. Another nice save. Dangerous plays in close. Alexander pushes the player down after the play. The Saint player had a stick in Cody's gear. Alexander took offense to it, and he'll be getting a roughing penalty. So the Blues have put themselves down a man again at 10:45 of the second. So we have Driscoll, Brock Carroll out there with Waterman and Sachesky. Face-off to the right of Harkey. There's the drop of the puck. It's battled for, sent back. Waterman fires it off the board, and down the ice it goes for a nice clear. Saints goalie comes out, plays it, sets it up. It's picked up by one of the Saints players. Out he comes. Sends it to the left, across the red line, into the Blues end. Nice drive. Oh, loose puck. Cody made the save, but the puck went straight up in the air and landed just behind him. Fortunately, the Saints player couldn't get their stick on it. Puck sent down the ice, behind the net. Blanc out there on the forecheck. He's with Brock Carroll. Puck carried in. A diving play by Waterman knocks the puck off the St. player's stick. Oh, it's sent right in front again. And Brock Carroll sends it out nicely. 1:05 to go in the penalty. Blanc on the forecheck, pulls up. Smith out there. He knocks it off the stick of the Saints player. Smith with Blanc. 2 shots, 3 shots. So Blanc going hard to the net, gets a little roughed up. Blanc having a talk with the referee. So 47 seconds to go in the penalty to the Blues. Blanc out there with Smith, Cutcomp, and Gunnar Carroll back for D. Comes to Carroll. Shot high over the net. Smith behind, picks it up. It's off his stick in the corner. Sends it down. Cutcomp can't keep it in. Gunnar gets to it, but loses control. Top of the circle shot. Nice glove save by Cody. So there'd be a face-off to the right of Cody. So Harkey, who struggled a little bit in the first period with glove save, made a nice glove save there. Keep it right in his glove, give up no rebound. Driscoll comes out with Mendoza. Driscoll in for the face-off. It's one back. Cutcomp gets to it, pulls it up. Fires it up off the boards. It's sent out. Mendoza all alone. He's on a 1-on-0. Comes in. And he scores on a backhand. Mendoza goes forehand, backhand, and backhand, and it goes up over the pads of the St. goalie. Gives the Blues a 2-1 lead with 15 seconds to go in the penalty. So the Blues aren't out of the woods yet. They have to kill off 15 more seconds of penalty. 8:59 to go in the second period. The Blues up 2-1. Saints still on a power play. So we have Guile. We have Spector out there for D. We have Blanc and Smith out as forwards. Drop of the puck. It's one back, far into the Blues end. Guile gets to it, but he's knocked off the puck. Blanc sends it up. It bounces off a lineman and then back in. I think that should have been offside, but Blanc gets to it. Penalty over. Smith at the blue line. Can't keep it in, though. Carson gets it. Fires it in. Blanc headed for the bench. Saints send it behind their own net. Beckwith in on the forecheck. She's battling along the boards. Smith picks it up. Turns. His shot blocked off by some skates. The Saints behind their own net. Send it up. It's out of the zone, but Spector gets a hold of it. Up the boards to Beckwith. It's off her stick, but it's in the zone. D-to-D pass in their own end. The Saints fired off the boards. Sent in the blue zone, but it's gloved out. I think they called offside. So offside is the call. So the Blues change up. Driscoll out there to take the face off. He's out there with Brock Carroll and Munsterman. Sacheski and Waterman back for D. Puck sent back to Sacheski, over to Waterman. Waterman skates it up across the blue line, fires it across. It's off Munsterman's stick and in deep. Driscoll hard on the forecheck. Saints player overskates it, but then gets it, sends it to Sacheski. Sacheski puts one on net. It's deflected over to the boards. Picked up at the hash marks and skated out by the Saints. Across the blue line, across the red line. Into the zone. Tied up along the board. Brock Carroll throwing his body around along the boards. Oh, there's a hard hit. The Blues will be getting a penalty. They'll be checking from behind or boarding. So Sachesky is going to be going to the box. I know it worked out for us the last time, but we want to stay out of that box. So the ref and the linesman getting together to discuss what the call will be. 7:19 to go in the second period. The Blues up 2-1, but facing another penalty. Looks like Blunk and Smith out there with Gunnar Carroll and Cutcomp on the D. I still haven't seen a signal. I think they're just calling roughing. So it looks like it's only 2 minutes to Sachesky. There's the whistle, drop of the puck. The Saints win it. Top of the circle. Skated in. Nice hard shot, but Cody, well positioned on the post, makes a nice easy save. So we'll have a face-off to Cody's right again. There's the whistle, drop of the puck. It's tied up, still nobody establishing possession. Finally, the Saints send it deeper to the corner behind the net. Send it in front, and they score. Nobody picked the Saint player up. So at 7:03, the game is tied up again, 2-2. So Blanc out there with Smith and Mendoza, with Spector and Guile back on D. So the Blues have had some good moments here, but they've also given up a couple goals. They've been in the box 3 times. So they got to start cutting that out. This is a win we really would like to have. Waiting for the scorekeeper to get the penalty off the board, I guess. All right, we got the scoreboard already. 7:03 to go in the second period. There's the drop of the puck. Spector gets to it, chips it up the boards. Blanc picks it up, pulls up, tries to center it. It's off the skates of a Saints player. He sends it deeper. It's intercepted at the hash marks, sent down the boards, and finally out to a Saint player. But Spector gets his stick in the way, stays with it. Turnaround shot goes behind the net. Rattled around the board to the opposite point. Picked up. Feathered back down behind the net. Spector there for it. Slaps at it. It's sent up. And off a Saints player sticking out. D-to-D pass at the red line. D-to-D pass sent back. Deflected in. Spector gets to it. Sends it around the boards. Opposite point. The Blues are just struggling to get it out. Guile over to it. He hammers it around. Smith there for it. He picks it up, takes a look. His pass deflects off a Saint stick. Top of the slot, nice pass. Circles around. Down to the corner. Blanc roughs them up along the end boards. Smith can't get control of it. Blanc gets it. Finally, Spector gets it. He overskates the puck. Top of the circle. It's off Smith's skates. He finally gets it out, but it gets hit. Nice pass, but offside is the call. So the Blues get a break by the Saints being offside. They were struggling to get the puck out. So Driscoll in for the faceoff. One back, Sucheski gets a stick on it. Sends one off the boards to Munsterman. Munsterman gets it, sends it up to Driscoll. Driscoll across the blue line. His shot goes off the skates and the stick of a Saints player. He sends it back up. It's off two sticks and out. Sucheski gets it. He sends it in, but the Blues have to tag up. The Saints collect. Send it up the ice. Skated across the red line. Across the blue line into the Blues end. Loose puck picked up by the Saints. Sent towards the net, but behind. Driscoll over skates, but picks it up. Sent off the boards high. And the Saints come up with it. There's a shot off Waterman's skate or shin guard. He gets it over to Munsterman. Munsterman across the red line, across the blue line, loses it. Brock Carroll gets it, takes a shot. It's off a stick. Up to the point. Waterman sends it back down off the glass. Sent back to Waterman, though. Sends it over to Alexander. It's off his stick, and Sucheski picks it up at the red line. Waterman gets it. Sends it back to Sucheski. Sucheski sends it up the ice. Price picks it up. Takes a low shot. Oh, Alexander had a chance, but he overskated it. To Waterman at the point. Fired in, but wider than that. Oh, Price sends a dangerous deflection off the end boards to the side of the goalie. So the Blues putting a little pressure on the Saints. 3:59 to go in the second period. Alexander in for the faceoff. He's out there with Price to the left and Carson to the right. Gunnar Carroll back on D with Cutcomp. There's the whistle. Drop of the puck. It's tied up, sent back by the Saints. They go behind their net and around the boards. Sent up to the blue line. Gunnar Carroll sends it to the net. It's intercepted by the defense. Behind the net. They send it up the boards. Carroll gets it, sends it towards the nets. The Saints come away with it. Pick it up, but Carroll comes back. Cutcomp gets a stick on it, but turns it over. Hits his man along the boards. Oh, a light pass sent across the crease, but intercepted by Price. Sent up. Price sends it across to Carson. Carson across the blue line. His shot is disrupted by a stick. Sent back behind the net. The Saints player falls down. Carson sends it up to the corner. Price body checks a man in the corner. The puck's battled for. The Saints come away with it. Send it up the ice. It's off a stick. Comes back to Gunnar Carroll, who sends it up. It's sent back down the ice. This will be icing. No, it's waved off. Gunnar sends it to the boards. 2:44 to go in the second period. Both teams trying to rush it up the ice. Neither are getting any good chances here in the last couple minutes. Puck sent to the end boards. Cutcomp gets to it, sends it to Place. Place has a hard time controlling it. It's sent up to Beckwith. Beckwith tries to make a move, loses it, goes to Cutcomp. Cutcomp comes out of the zone. He sends it in at the red line. It's picked up by the Saints, taken behind their net. Place presses the puck. The Saints come away with it. Send it up, but Cutcomp intercepts. Sends it back in. Blanc picks it up and scores. So the Blues go up 3-2 with 2:02 to go in the second period. So the Blues once again go up by a goal, but the Saints haven't gone away yet, so anything can happen. The Blues have to stay out of the box. There's the whistle. We have Blanc out there with Smith on the left, Mendoza on the right. Guile and Spector back on D. Drop the puck, comes back to Spector. Spector skates it up to the red line, sends it in. It's picked up by the Saints, carried behind their net. D-to-D pass. The Saints player falls down, but the puck comes right back to him. Up to the hash marks. To the red line and skated across the blue line. Pulls up. Waiting, patient with the puck. Makes a move, cuts back. Around another Blues player. Back to the top of the circle. Skates back. So the Blues will be going in the penalty box again for hitting from behind or roughing or one of those. Sam Blanc took a run at a guy from behind. Let's see what the call is. Hopefully it's only 2. So roughing's the call. The Blues have been lucky. The calls have been 2 minutes. We haven't had a 2 and 10 yet. But once again, the Blues find themselves down a man. 1:32 to go in the second period. The Blues have to kill another penalty. Waterman sends it all the way down the ice. Saints goalie sets it up. Drissel trips over a player. I think that'll be interference. So interference is the call. I don't totally agree with it. So that gives the Blues a chance to be 4-on-4 for the remainder of the period. .119 left in the period. At the end of the period, we'll have ice clean. There's the drop of the puck. Drissel sends it to the boards. Waterman pins it along the boards with his body. I think it's still up on the dasher. And there'll be a face-off. It might be in his gear. So the face-off comes outside the Saints zone. There's the drop of the puck. One back to Waterman. Waterman sends it in deep. Drissel in after it. To the opposite corner. Drissel pins the man to the boards. Kicks the puck. Carroll comes out with it. He tries to send it up to Waterman, but it's knocked off his stick behind the net. Carroll sends it in front, and nice pass by Brock Carroll right to Drissel, who puts it in the far side and gives the Blues a 2-goal lead with 53.7 seconds left in the second period. That's what persistent hockey gets you. Brock stayed on the puck. Even though he was getting hooked up and losing control, he gets behind the net. He stays with it, gets it, sees Drissel out front, sends a nice easy pass to him, and Drissel does the rest to put the Blues up by 2. So we'll take a second here while the scorekeeper gets the board right. They took the penalty off for the Saints, which they shouldn't have because it was 4-on-4. So there they go. They have it back up. 53.7 seconds to go in the second period. Waterman taking the face-off. He's out there with Smith, Sicheski, and Mendoza. The Blues send it in deep. Smith hard after it behind the net. Saints pull up, reverse directions again behind the net. Smith still on him. There's some interference and hooking. Why wasn't that called? So the Saints get it in, send it in. Sachesky intercepts it, tries to hit Smith, but it's intercepted. Mendoza overskates it. The Saints send it in deep, 22 seconds to go. Waterman takes a look, stops, pulls it up. Oh. And the Saints score because of a dangerous play by the Blues. With 10:05 to go. Don't go anywhere. This game is not over by a long shot. All right, so we still have 4-on-4 for 10 seconds. There's the drop of the puck. Here come the Saints. Carroll drives the man wide. Centering attempt off a Blues player. Cutcomp gets it, takes it to the end boards, and there's the end of the period. The Blues, who had a 2-goal lead with 15 seconds left, give up a goal in the last few seconds of the period, but the Blues are still leading by a score of 4-3. So when we come back, the Blues will have, there'll be 28 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. Then the Blues will go on a power play for 23 seconds, 22 seconds, something like that. So let's hope the third period starts out better than the second period did, where the Blues gave up a quick goal to go down or to actually be tied. But then the Blues score a couple of goals late in the period to go up by 2, just to give one up in the waning seconds of the period to only be up by 1. So after the ice clean, we'll be back, so stick around. We are back for the start of the third period of exciting Blues JV hockey. The Blues are up by a score of 4-3 against the Dubuque Saints. So far this year, we are 1-2 against the Saints, but this has been a back and forth game. There's a drop of the puck. Saints control, get in. Harkey bats it away from the side of his crease. Up to the blue line, the Saints carry it. 4-on-4 hockey for the next 11 seconds. Make that next 10 seconds. So Harkey grabs the puck out of the air. He'll take a face-off to his left. So 10 seconds left on 4-on-4 hockey. Then the Blues will have a 22-second power play. Smith in. Wins it back. Waterman sends it around the boards all the way around to Mendoza. Mendoza picks it up, sends it to Smith. Smith picks it up, crosses the blue line. Toe drag, but can't get it past the second Saint player. It's fired down the ice. Harkey can't settle it down. Comes around to Blunk, who just got out of the box. Blunk around to Waterman. Waterman sends it back to Blunk. Oh, no, Sucheski, who sends it up to Blunk. At the blue line. It's turned over. Sucheski picks it up. Waterman sends one to the net. Smith picks it up, can't get it in. Up the boards it comes. Both teams full strength. Sucheski turns it over in the high slot. Waterman, nice check, high. Puck behind the Blues net, sent up the boards. Shot deflected high off Harkey. Mendoza gloves it down, sends it down the length of the ice. No icing. Must have went off a stick. Driscoll in on the forecheck. Saint player across the red line with it. Drops it off at the blue line. No offside. Brock Carroll pokes at it. Saints come away with it. Sent to the blue line. Kept in. Brock sends it to the blue line. It's finally out. The Saints player sends it in off the boards. Bodies getting thrown everywhere on both sides. Cutcomp sends it around. It's past Carroll's stick. And out. DDD pass at the red line. Munsterman hard on the forecheck. It's off a stick. Cutcomp picks it up off the boards at the red line. Carroll puts the man into the boards, and it's sent down the ice. No icing. 12:57 to go. The Blues up 4-3. Carroll gets it on a turnover to Munsterman. Oh, and he's taken down. No call. He couldn't get the shot off. Gunnar Carroll gets it, sends it towards the net. Alexander back behind the net. It's sent up and chipped out. Brock Carroll has to skate back. He'll get to it, turns, sends it up off the boards, but not out. But the Saints can't control it. Brock finally gets it to the blue line and out. At the red line, DDD pass. Alexander hard on the forecheck. Carroll gets it, sends it in. And icing is the call. So, some back and forth fast action to start the third period. 12:19 to go in the game. Face-off all the way back in the Blues end to the right of Harkey. Drop of the puck. Alexander wins it, but Guile can't control it. It's sent down to the corner. Front of the net. Dangerous play. Price gets to it. Circles back behind his own net. Sends it back behind his net. It's picked up by Spector. Spector turns back behind his net, sends it over to Price. Price takes a look. Skates it out, but he's under pressure at the red line. Tries to send it in. It's intercepted at the blue line. Spector picks it up in his own end. Heads behind the net. Sends it over to Karsten, but it'll go down. No icing. Oh, no, it's off the goalie. Price on the forecheck. Saints come up the left wing, up off the glass, high into the neutral zone. Guile gets it. But offside is the call. So 11:30 to go in the third period. The Blues are up by a score of 4-2. Driscoll out there with Place and I believe Beckwith. Spector and Guile back on D. Saints win the faceoff. There's a shot. Cody directs it to the boards. Turnaround shot off the side of the net. turned over. Gal picks it up the boards and out. The length of the ice. This could be icing. And it's icing. So Blunk out there with Smith and Mendoza. Sacheski and Waterman, the D-men. Waterman ends up with the puck, sends it up into the neutral zone. But the Saints knock it down. They carry it back into their own end. It's off of Mendoza, up off the boards. Blunk picks it up, sends it around the boards. Waterman stops it at the blue line, sends it down the boards to Smith, but it's intercepted. Again, down to Smith. Smith turns, shoots one high over the net, into the netting. So we'll have a stoppage of play. There will be a face-off to the right of the Saint goalie. So Blanc will be out there with Smith and Mendoza. Sacheski and Waterman back on D. Waterman ends up with the puck, fires one in. It bounces off a couple bodies, ends up behind the net. Smith sends it out front. Oh, Mendoza can't get everything he wanted on a one-timer. Nice play by Smith to send it out front. Smith collects it, sends it across to Mendoza. Mendoza sends one harmlessly to the side of the net. Behind the net, the Saints come out. And out of the zone they come. Sacheski knocks it away. Smith picks it up. Cross ice, misses the net to the corner. Blues changing up behind the play. Up they come. At the red line, it's sent in. No icing. Sacheski picks it up. He's harassed. Still on the puck. Sent back to Waterman. Waterman picks it up, takes a look. Sends it up ice to Brock Carroll. Brock loses control of it at the blue line. The Saints D-to-D pass and carry it out. They send it down the ice. No icing. Puck off the glass, takes a funny bounce. Buzz picked up by Brock Carroll. He's across, drops it back to Drissel. Drissel takes a look. His shot deflected high over the net to the glass. In the corner, Brock knocks the man down. Sent back to Gunnar Carroll. Gunnar Carroll shot, save, glove save. We have a Saint player down in the corner. So they're up and headed to the bench. So Alexander out there for the faceoff. Price to his left, Carson to his right. Cutcomp and Gunnar Carroll are the D pair. Saints get the puck in the corner, send it around the far boards. Try to send it out, but it's deflected. Stays in the zone. Saints pick it up behind their own net. Here they come down the ice. Across the red line. Miss on a pass. Puck goes down to the end boards. The Blues collect. Price along the boards. Loses control. Nice move by a Saints player. Comes around the other side of the Blues net. Sends it up to the point. It's hammered back down. But it's picked up by Alexander and sent out. Munsterman gets it. Sends it across to Price. Price makes a move around one player. Makes another move. His shot off the skates. Hits the end board. Still in play. Alexander on it. The Saints pick it up behind their own net. Send it up the boards. Cutcomp gets to it. Gets a stick in the way. He can't send it any deeper. It's turned over to the Saints. The Saints pick it up at their own blue line. They hold, looking for a centering pass. Alexander gets it, hammers it in. It's off a Saints player. Puck hits Price? Cutcomp? I can't see who that is from here. Deflects off a Blues player, goes into the Saints bench. So at 8:14 to go of the third period, we have a face-off just outside the Saints zone in front of their bench. It's one back. Spector gets it. Hammers it in off a Saint player. Behind the net. Drissel forechecks. harassing the Saint player. Struggles with it. Driscoll picks it up. Oh, he overskates it. He had Guile going to the net from the blue line. Puck intercepted and then turned over, and the Saints send it in deep. Spector picks it up, sends it high up off the glass. Smith overskates it, but it's sent up the boards. Place gets to it, throws it towards the net. It's off the stick of a Saints player. Guile gets it, sends it up to the blue line. There's a delayed penalty coming. Spector sends it back to Blanc. Blanc sends it over. So the Blues, who were going to have a power play, apparently are also getting a penalty. So it looks like we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes. Roughing is the call on both players. Nope, 5-on-5. So 5-on-5 hockey. 7:18 to go in the third period. The Blues are up by a score of 4-3, clinging on to that 1-goal lead. Face-off just outside the Blues end. Saints come away with it. Fire it in deep behind the net. And the call is offside. The Blues fans wanted to go all the way down, but they won't get their way. So the faceoff comes just outside the Blue zone in front of their own bench. Bunk, Smith, Mendoza out there with Sacheski and Waterman. Saints get it, fire it in. Waterman back after it, behind his own net to the opposite corner. Saints come away with it. Nice body check. Waterman. And it's sent out. Deflected off a blue stick to Waterman. Waterman slows it down, feathers along the boards. Blanc sends it back to Mendoza, who loses it. It comes back to him. Comes off his stick again. Saints D-to-D at their own blue line. Chip it up the boards at the Blues blue line. Sent in, but Blanc gets it, sends it to Smith. Smith can't control it. It's off his stick. Shot from the blue line into the Saints players. So the Blues just got called for elbowing. Waterman hit a man along the boards. Clearly the Blues fans don't feel it was elbowing. But Waterman will go to the box. With 6:24 to go in the third period, the Blues are down a man. So we have Gunnar Carroll out there with Cut Comp, with Brock Carroll and Driscoll as the forwards. Saints win it, send it to the blue line. D-to-D pass, back to the top of the blue line. There's a shot. Pad save, Harkey. Another save on the rebound. Minute 51 on the penalty. Face off to the right of Harkey. Drop of the puck. The Blues win it back. Cut Comp gets to it, knocks the man down. Driscoll battles for it. Gunner knocks it off the stick of the Saints player. Gets a hold of it, sends it around the far boards. It rolls along the dashers and out to the red line, all the way to the blue line. The Saints send it back further. Brock Curl on the forecheck. Sent up the ice and across by the Saints. Skated in along the left wing. Pull up at the hash mark. Sent back to the top of the circle. Shot off of Harkey's mask. So there was a whistle. Did it hit the netting? Yeah, but that wouldn't be a stoppage. Oh, did it? Okay. I thought it hit the glass. So face-off to the right of Cody. There's Blunk to take the face-off. Saints come away with it, but Smith pursues the puck. It's at the blue line. Kept in, pulled out. The Saints get it in along the left wing. And fired up the boards by Spector. All the way down, 1:03 left on the penalty kill for the Blues. The Saints set up behind their own net. Here they come. Pass it over to the left wing. It's off the stick of a Saints player, but he collects it again. Smith knocks it off, but it's collected by the Saints player again. A little bit of mishandle at the blue line. Blunk pokes it out. Blunk forechecking. It's deflected in the Blues end. Blues fans are yelling for too many men, but I don't believe it was. Pass up the right wing. Smith pressuring the puck carrier. Knocks it off of one of the Saints players. Loses control, but gathers in the puck. Into the Saints end. He's ridden off the puck, but continues the chase. 8 seconds left in the penalty kill. Here come the Saints across the red line. Loses control. They have to cycle back. They have a player offside. Penalty over both sides. Full strength. Brock Carroll makes a nice play. Here come the Blues. Gunnar Carroll carries it in. Battles along the hash marks by the boards. Brock gets it. Or was that Driscoll? His shot high over the net. Mendoza sends it back below the goal line. Now he pressures the puck carrier. Puck bounces up and over everybody. Carried out by the Saints. Send in deep. Saints first one to it. They try to center it. It's off the side of the net to the far boards. Back behind the net. Gunnar Carroll gets to it. He's ridden off the puck. Everybody playing hot potato with it. Finally, Brock Carroll gets it out to Mendoza, who feathers it in. It hits a stick laying on the ice and slows down. No icing. Puck carried in by the Saints. Deep. Behind the net. To the opposite corner. He falls down. It's fired in. Whoa, a dangerous tip. Nobody picked that man up. Sent behind the net. Waterman sends it along the boards. Saints pinching in. They're throwing everything they can, and Harkey takes his big catcher and puts it on it, takes the stoppage. 2:55 left in the game. The Blues are up by a score of 4-3. So we'll keep an eye on the Saint goalie to see if they pull him anytime soon. Face off to the left of Harkey. Looks like Alexander, Karsten, Price, the forwards with Waterman and Sacheski, the D. There's the drop of the puck. The Saints can't control. Finally, they get it at the hash marks along the boards. Alexander knocks the man down. Price picks it up, skates it out. Behind one man between the skates. Can't get around the next man. The puck's flipped up and out. Waterman can't settle it down. Sacheski back for it. Sends it out. Waterman slaps it forward. Price gloves it down. In the zone he comes. Around one player. He's ridden off the puck. Behind the net. It's picked up by the Blues. Carson turns around. Sends one across the crease. 2:21 to go in the game. And the puck is up into the safety netting. So there'll be a face-off coming to the left of the Saints goalie. 2:18 to go in the game. The Blues clinging on to a one-goal lead by a score of 4-3. Out comes Blunk, Smith, and there's a timeout. So Dubuque will take their timeout with 2:18 to go in the game, trailing by 1 goal. There's the drop of the puck. Puck sent up along the boards to the point. Fired in, but off a player. Saints collect it out to center ice. Across the blue line into the Blues end. Sachesky gets a hold of it. Folds it up. There's an empty net. Smith fires and misses the net. Blanc on it. And he puts it in. 1:53 to go. The Saints are yelling from the bench. They believe that should have been icing. But no icing was called. So at with 1:53 to go in the third period, the Blues will go up 5-3. So Blanc will get another goal. Smith will get an assist. All right, with a 2-goal lead with 1:53 left to go in the game, the Blues have to play smart, stay out of the box, and keep pressing. Don't play back. Don't set back. Don't give them any chances. The Saints coach is still disagreeing with the linesman over the call of icing or no icing. Begrudgingly, he apparently accepts the call. So Blanc, Smith, Mendoza out there with Sachesky and Waterman. Saints get one firing in from just outside the blue line. They get to the rebound. Harkey makes another save. A little meeting of the clans. So it looks like the Saints will pull their goalie before the drop of the puck with a face-off in the Blues end. 1:47 to go. So there's the whistle. Drop of the puck. One back. Smith gets to it behind his own net. Roughed up in the corner. Saints come away with it. Behind the Blues net they go. Sent up to the hash marks. Shot high over the net. Hits the corner. Along the half boards. Off a bunch of skates. Bouncing dangerously at the goal line. 1:22 left in the game. Turnaround shot hits Cody. Waterman sends it up off the back of Mendoza. Then Blunk sends it down. Mendoza shoots it off the stick into the corner of the Saints. He presses. The Saints with an empty net. Send it up. Waterman forces the man off the puck. It's sent out of the zone. Mendoza will get to it. Skates in at the blue line. Cuts across, and he scores. So the Blues are now up 6-3 with 52.5 seconds left in the game. No argument there. Onside, no icing, no goalie. So Driscoll out there with Place and Beckwith, with Guile and Cutcomp back on D. 52.5 seconds left. Guile pokes at it. Over the red line, pokes at it again. Gloves it along, sends it in the zone. Saints first to it. Beckwith forechecks. Sent up the ice. Guile hit from behind, knocked down, but gets up. Sends the puck up the ice. Place pulls up. D-to-D pass. Beckwith can't get her stick on it. Place over skates. Drives the man to the boards. It's sent out front. Shot goes wide of the net. Sent up to the point. And out. Beckwith gets her stick on it. She chips it forward, but it's off the stick of Place. 10 seconds left in the game. Place sends it into the zone. Fired in on net from the red line. And there's the game. So the Blues come away with a big win against Dubuque with a score of 6-3, which is hugely important because, as somewhat expected, the Waterloo JV won their game. Looks like it ended up being a 8-2 victory for Waterloo. So, in the standings, if I can bring them up here. So, we'll take a look at the standings right now for JV. So right now it shows the Blues in 7th place, but it doesn't have this game in. So the Blues will go up into 6th place with 37 points. Waterloo will be in 7th with 36 points. And we'll have games tomorrow against Cedar Rapids, and Waterloo will play the Oak Leaves. Again, 2 more important games coming up. So stick around. We'll have varsity action in just a little bit.